Hey everybody, this is Phil from Zaid Comics, the writer and co-creator of Magic Comp, a graphic novel we are bringing to you this August 2019, and just one half of the two best-looking brothers in all of comics. And today, obviously, we're coming at you with a Teen Titans review. I'm a week late on this one, so I didn't get around to the comic shop, but I got it now, read it, and yeah, I mean, you could see why I would pick up this comic just by the cover alone. We've been having the three previous issues dealing with Lobo coming in and trying to hunt down his daughter, take out the Teen Titans, and we get this really cool shot of Crush standing over Lobo saying, "Who's the main man now?" I thought that, this is pretty funny. I think they could have had a funnier bit on the cover here if Roundhouse chimed in to crack a joke. But really cool layout there. And we see this weird Carmen San. Oh wait, it's Lois Lane, not Carmen Sandiego, getting her own series. But yeah, the last issue, Crush got quite the beating from Lobo. It was super rough. And she's not looking too good. The Titan's trying to help her out, and as you can see in the back here, this box that holds, even though it's just a regular filing box, space chain, sentient space chain that Crush has had since birth can't get out for some reason. She has to unleash her herself. That's kind of the issue I have with this story here is, Adam Glass, the writer, is kind of holding off on this super weapon, which is just this chain that we know nothing about. And we'll get to that. But as you could see, kind of building up some tension. They're sad. She's really beat up. She might be dead, but then she bursts back to life, and she wants to beat up her dad. They took her to this farm, states away, and so they could outrun Lobo. But he once he has the scent of someone, he could track them throughout the whole cosmos. So we get some dialogue running, or I should say, touching base with each of the characters, how they're feeling about the situation, what's going on. Roundhouse, Flash, Jin, and Robin, talking, referencing back to the crazy prison that Robin has put these characters in. And Robin asks Jin, does she think, what should we do with Lobo? Should we kill him? And would you kill him? And Jin says, if it comes to that, I'll have to, kill him. And Robin, he's kind of mellowing out now, and he's like, I can't be a part of that. That's not who I am anymore. I don't kill anymore. That's the Bat Family code. And we they're reinforcing this barn. They're setting traps for Lobo, and we get this really cool kind of horror-esque sequence where you hear these crazy sounds, the doors slamming. He throws a scarecrow at the window, and this panel's awesome. Roundhouse is freaking out, and then boom, right from the bottom of the barn, rips through the floor, drags Crush out, and this little plan falls into place. Flash stabs him in the eye with a batarang, and just apparently this giant bed of spikes that they had in this barn to make this trap, maybe Jin manifested it with her genie powers. I don't know, but this is kind of wacky. And it's like a Wile E. Coyote trap, and boom, slams down right on top of him. But of course, Lobo, the man can't die, and he is resilient, and he'll stop at nothing to get the job done. And just lifts up, and you get this really cool, for a Teen Titans book, it's pretty bloody. You got a spike going right through what looks to be his throat. Break it off, throws the whole thing, and it builds up this big action sequence. And the art in this book, I think Bernard Cho is the artist, and he is just killing it. The art in here is awesome. Go follow him on Instagram. He puts up speed drawings of these pages after the book comes out. So if you're a fan of this book, just go follow him, and he's putting out a great content. filming a video. And yeah, we get this awesome action. This panel right here with he's holding the spike with the blood dripping off of it, really really cool. And it breaks off to another fight. And I mean, Lobo, you gotta put a lot of fights in a story with Lobo in it, because that's what the guy does. And one of my favorite panels here, Red Arrow, or Artemis, shoots a gas arrow at his feet, and he just inhales it all, grabs her by the throat. This inhaling panel of this gas, so cool. He's not phased at all, whether it was knockout gas, tear gas, or just smoke screen. The man doesn't care. But of course, the team is trying to get either far away, they're trying to wrangle the team to protect each other, and Jin is really pleading with Crush to unleash Obelisk, and she's still. I think this is the broken record of this storyline. Is Crush is afraid that Obelisk is, Lobo's gonna have some control over it because she doesn't know where Obelisk came from. Yet, she's Crush's best friend, and it's. I think it's not a good foundation story point at this time in this story. Like, she's almost died, she's putting her team in danger, and she's too stubborn to release Obelisk because Obelisk is her best friend. It didn't have enough weight to be in this story for me. And at the end, we'll see when she does release Obelisk here, it's kind of like it's a magic point that has no weakness. It's kind of this false superpower where it was there the whole time. She could have used it from the beginning, but she just doesn't want to. And now that she does, he's not strong enough to break out. Like, it's this indestructible chain that just chains them up. And even though, that's a weak point of the story, Adam Glass does do a good job to save Lobo's dignity. They don't kill him. He gets beat up, but he's taking the beating like Lobo. He's, trash talking her while he's getting beat up, and he's like, this doesn't mean anything. I've fought Superman, and I don't die. So I'm gonna keep coming after you and after you. And she kicks him in the balls, which is funny. And he's still hanging on to his dignity. He's not like, oh, he's still talking, he's still trash talking, which I like that. It shows that Adam has a lot of respect for the character. I have some friends that are big fans of Lobo also. They didn't like this issue because they thought he was just wiped out too easily by these kids. And he wasn't wiped out by the kids. He was taken out by the chain, right? If they didn't have the chain, they would have all been wrecked. But I see what they're saying. But compared to what we've had before, Adam Glass writing Lobo, talking about like Justice League of America or the New 52 Lobo, this is a huge step up. And it seems like they are going... they're going to make him a part of the series even after this story arc. So Jin reaches into his head, kind of like knocks him out, lobotomizes him. She says that she changed him, okay, which kind of worries me, but seemingly where they're going to here, they drop him off on this planet, and Lex Luthor is talking to him. This, weird hologram of who says they're Lex Luthor is saying that he wants them to destroy the Teen Titans. And here's what I'm taking away from this issue, because this is the end. Lobo's still going to be in this series. He's going to come back, I think. I think this is what Adam is doing. I think that Jin has changed him, right? And anytime you write something, you need to write it in there for a purpose. It has a reason. He's not going to overlook that change. So I think the next time we see Lobo, maybe it'll be in the next arc or 2 arcs from now, it'll be a big surprise, a big shock, and it'll be, they might build it up, or it might be in the middle of an issue where Lobo comes crashing through a wall and the Titans are like, oh no, we gotta fight this guy again. But since Jin changed him, he might be like the nice dad. He wants to be a part of the team, he wants to be part of his daughter's life, and that is the change in his mind. And then later, something, had that classic sitcom amnesia, gets bonked on the head, and then he's back to Lobo again. I think that's a good way to show the father-daughter dynamic while keeping the respect to the character, even though if he is changed, and if I'm correct, he's changed for a short time, but when he comes back, he'll be the Lobo we know and love again. He's not skinny, scrawny. I think this run and this story arc, the fighting and his ruthlessness, really showed and really pumped me up to the Lobo we love from the 90s. It's a little different take. The obelisk thing, the chain wrapping him up was, it was kind of, I saw that coming. It wasn't the best way to take him down, but of course, they're the Teen Titans. They're not going to be able to take down Lobo alone, and you need that cannon in someone's pocket that can take him out to prolong or push forward the narrative of the story to get into different story arcs. So overall, I'm happy with this Lobo. The story was cool. The ending was kind of wonky, but putting people up against Lobo, especially if it's not his own story and he's supposed to lose, is a difficult task when writing. The art was awesome. Check out this book and let me know what you guys thought of Lobo in this arc. Leave a comment below and like and subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks for watching, everybody. We're building this channel, trying to bring you some awesome content and an awesome comic book this August to Indiegogo called Magic Cop. So head over to zaidcomics.com, check that out, and we will catch you next time.